All right, we're back, and we've given ChatGPT enough time to give us back our full 4 version. So I've got, I hope I've got more than 25 messages I can send it, but we'll see how far we can get today. And I do have my mic pulled down. So I noticed in the previous video that I did not have my mic running. It was basically up over and to the right, so the sound wasn't very good. Hopefully the sound is better now, and let's get started and go back to where we left off. All right, where we left off is we were trying to fix, let me go back to screen, and that, all right. And, okay, so if we go to the code, we were trying to make it so this create goal looked better. So I'm going to copy that. And what did I say here? Down on the bottom. So we can't, unfortunately, continue with the conversation we had previously, because it switched over to the GPT 3.5 model, and I don't see any way to switch it back. So what I asked it previously was, can you put a reasonable max width on the buttons and inputs so they don't stretch the full width of the screen on large screens? Okay. Can you fix the following React app component screen so it has a reasonable width on large screens and does not expand the inputs and buttons to the full width of the screen. So ChatGPT didn't even come close to getting this right. ChatGPT 3.5 did not even come close. Let's hope ChatGPT 4 does a better job. To fix the issue, you can create a new CSS class called Form Wrapper. Oh wow, this is definitely a lot better than what GPT 3.5 tried to do. And set a maximum width for the container element. Really? Is that what we want to do? New CSS. Okay, yeah, okay. Keep the existing component logic here. Keep the existing form elements here. Okay, so we're going to add this form wrapper to our app CSS. App. All right, let's save that. Okay. And we're going to take this. Copy. What does it look like? Great goal. Form container. Div. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So what did we have? So we had 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Oh, 2, 3. We're going to have to put another. All right, let's do this. Class name app, create goal, form container. So okay, so it's the only change is this. So copy. And then we're going to have to add another closing div. So we've got the form close. And we're going to do this. Yep, div. What? Form? Oh. Tries to close it there. And then we're going to... All right, let's take a look. npm run build. And run start. Let's hope it looks better. What do we have? Well, yeah. It's getting a little better. So I think I want the status, the start date, the end date, and the status to be smaller. Can you update the start date, end date, and status inputs to be even shorter? But I like the current widths of title and description, so you can leave those the same. So keep the existing CSS styles. Copy. App.css. Okay, so form wrapper. But I don't know about that. So we've got that. Okay, so we keep that the same. Short input. Okay, so we're going to add short input to the other ones. And then we could modify this accordingly in the future if we needed to. All right. Let's say keep the existing component logic here, but return this. Okay, and return create goal. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. I think that's good. Oh, does that just take effect? I wish it would. I'm guessing it doesn't. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Oh, keep the existing. Yeah, it does. That's what we have to do for the other ones. Keep the existing forms. So start date. Label. Button. There. I think that's what we need. Title, description. We're going to get rid of all the way down to here. Uh-oh. What's this? Can't find option. Should be fine. Title, description. That didn't work. Oh, I think it's because the CSS doesn't get updated. Because it has to be compiled. So label, class, short input. All right, let's try this. Let's see. I think since we updated CSS, it has to be compiled to turn that CSS into a usable component. And built. No, that didn't take effect. App.css short input width. Well, are we missing something? Margin 0 auto? 0 auto. Form, okay, so form container. Fortunately, the short input style does not affect. Appears that the browser might be applying some default styles to the input elements which are overriding our customs. In this case, you can use I guess we can. That's kind of a cheat. Alright, let's give it a shot then. It's generally not recommended and can make CSS. Yep, that is true. But let's see if that has any effect, and then we can fix it later. Yeah, that had an effect. Okay, now we need to left align those. Can you left align the inputs and make sure the labels appear to the left of their corresponding input? And make all of the inputs align vertically. Okay, short input. We're going to do this. Copy. So we added that, and then we're going to, hopefully it gives me the whole thing. Title, description. Got this. Let's check it out. Turn. What do we have? That's not vertically aligned. Hey Ryan, today I am finishing up what I did last night, and I followed all the instructions from this previous chat. I ran out of ChatGPT credits for the hour because you only get 25 messages to ChatGPT for. I ran out, so I did that for like 2 hours last night. But I created all the React components, so the front end and the services. So right now I'm just creating and fixing up one of the components, which is the goal creation component that lets you put in, so the create goal user interface. So I'm trying to make it align this stuff and make it look nice, at least, so it doesn't look horrible. At first it spit it out and it was all just in one line, and then I've been going and making it fix the width on just this, and so it's been a process, but it's been able to handle everything that I've thrown at it. So the latest is that I'm trying to make it vertically align all of these, so we'll see. It just said modify my app CSS. And what's new? Form wrapper. I think that's old. All right, let's add this guy. The fixed width, the create goal component doesn't need any changes. Okay, so that's good. Let's take a look at our app CSS. Form label. What do I have here? So I've got form wrapper, form row, form label, margin right. I think I gotta remove, I don't have to remove that, but it's redundant. Form container, form row, display, that's redundant. Form label. Okay, let's try that. Let's take a look. We got our trusty inner loop development going on here. It's looking a little better, but because we have a slightly different max width on this, I guess that's all right. That looks good enough to me. Let's not be perfectionists because we're trying to get to the whole working application part. Okay, so the next step, I need to give it some of the context that it had in the previous conversation. So one of the downfalls is once you run out of quota for the current conversation, it automatically switches to 3.5, and then there's no way to switch that previous conversation that had all of the context back to 4. So if I were to go all the way up, it would say 3.5s, but I need it to understand a little bit more before I ask it to make a call to my Strappy backend. So is this component, so if I look at this component, create goal. So set status, set end date, set title. What are those actually doing? Use state. Okay. Goal status not started. And then on submit, it's going to create the goal. So if I go back to my goal service, and I'm going to have it call this. I don't think it'll just work. The underlying API.ts. I need to go and look at one of the things that I have in my Git for when I call that backend for Into the Dungeon. Let me see here. GitHub. And if I go to my Into the Dungeon Unity, and I go to my assets. So this has nothing to do with the game. I'm just looking for the endpoint that we actually have to call. I think we have to have API on the end. So if I go to game data, nope, that's not it. Scripts, global, game config. Yeah, APIs into the dungeon API. So that's going to be the base. And then I need to make sure it understands the data model. Although for a post, it might just work, but it also has to have the right security token associated with it. So I'm going to go back to my code here and add to this API. Yeah, and for you that, Ryan, you weren't here yesterday maybe, or maybe you were. I've got a Strappy backend running here. Yesterday we created now this is a different database than the one that I'm using for my game, but I restore the data from an S3 bucket so that by default when I spin up a new instance of Strappy, it has all of this stuff in there, and I haven't deleted it yet, but we did create really quickly the data model. So we need to store into this goal table. So we want, the whole point of what I'm trying to do now is create a new goal without having to come in here into my Strappy engine and use this. I want to use my React application that I can deploy and then allow people to put in their goals as well as their tasks. So it's a little bit disjointed right now. It'd be better if I had deleted all of these things, but we've got tasks. But right now the purpose is to just quickly get to being able to enter a goal. And I'm going to have to add a token. So one of the things that I need to take a look at off screen is where I put, is that in a header or what is that? So I need to go and look at my code for that. 1 second. Into the dungeon. There we go. Assets. And I'm going to go to API server. No, that's not it. Let me just do this. Game data, scripts, network handlers, API manager, and then we're going to look for auth. All right. Okay. So we need to tell it, hey, can you update our, because yeah, ChatGPT makes you really lazy sometimes. And you know what? Let it be the computer. Let it think for me. And let me do the more creative work. So I'm going to ask it, hey, you gave me because I have to give it its context again of this API and this service. So I have this API. Have this code for the API. And this for the goal service explicitly. Come in here to goal service. Goal service. Can you update that code so I can put in an authorization header in the form with values in the form of bearer JWT token. You can modify the API instance. So I don't know, Ryan, how close to being free do you think I am? Am I on my way to $1 million? And it's all right if you're not paying attention anymore. You just have it on in the background. All right, what do we have here? We've got get token. All right. I guess I don't really want to use local storage. But, because how are we going to get that? Well, we would get that via... All right, well, I can change that. I can do it by doing this. All right, API Axios. So I'm going to change this guy. Copy code. I'm going to go to app.ts, API.ts. Okay, we're going to go here. And then rather than that token, I need to be able to add my actual token to it. So I'm going to have to change to my main camera. Let me switch. Just for a second while I put in, and you know, again, I wouldn't do this in production. So in production, I'm going to have it. So that would be one of the next steps, is integrating it with my Red Hat single sign-on so that those tokens are generated and the plugin is added. And I actually have some working code I can give ChatGPT to help me write it for this application. But for now, I am going to hard code it. You clearly wouldn't do that in a client-side application. But we want to just get things working, and then we'll go back and fix it. All right. I am doing this. Oh, shoot. I've got to switch that back over here. Scripts, network handlers. One second. Get this, get token. Function to get update this to get the token from your preferred storage. Yeah. Get token. Okay. All right. I have updated that. I mean, maybe we see if it works. Shall we? Let's see. We shall see if it works. All right. we're going to do this. I'll switch back to my camera here. And we're going to go ahead and update this. So we're going to try it. We're going to actually try to make a, we're going to call this make $1 million. That's the goal. I am going to use my programming, my decades. So I am going to, I want to, I am going, no, I want to. So I want to use my decades programming experience combined with low code, OpenShift, and ChatGPT to put my money where my mouth is. To be super effective and make something of value quickly. Quickly by being brutally efficient. Okay, start date. Well, we kind of started this yesterday or the day before. Well, it's been going on for a long time. My whole life I've been trying to get free, but you know, I'm still working on it. And our end date is going to be, you know what? Let's make this ambitious. I want to buy, well, as a programmer, right, we have to give myself 3 times more time than I think that I need. So, you know, I really only need a month to get to be, you know, a millionaire, right? But I'll give myself 3 months. So by June 30th, I'm going to be a millionaire, and it's in progress. So we're gonna create the goal. Okay, did that do anything? Failed to load resource. We're off to an excellent start. So it doesn't yet know about this. API goals. Strapping into the dungeon. Why wouldn't it? Doesn't know about that resource. So I'll check just to be sure, you know, pretty sure. No, we know it's not in there. It's not. Hey, that's all right. We'll get there. Okay. Failed to load resource. Uncaught promise. Merge. All right. Can we put a breakpoint in here? Does it just... No, we're not going to be able to put a breakpoint in here just automatically, are we? I'm sure the debug isn't working. Run and debug. Node. Yeah, web app Chrome. No. 3,000. And then we're going to come in here. And then we're going to put our goal service to the test. Oh, we're going to need some error handling in here. create. Oh, and it's also not very. Shoot. There we go. All right. What? Why is it not? Why is this going blank? Unbound breakpoint. Fine. We're going to get rid of our launch.json. Delete. Let's save it just in case. Delete. Move to recycle bin. Fine. Delete that. Come back in here. Run and debug. Node.js. Yeah. Create it. Can't find Node.js binary. Fine. Try this again. VS Code extension development. Oh. Doesn't like the TypeScript. Okay, so we're going to install the TypeScript debugger. Alright. Just come back here. Run and debug. TypeScript debug. Can't find the Node.js binary. Node path does not exist. Stalled. This should understand we're using. I think it's because we have to add the extension for WSL. Open any folder. WSL. Linux U. Let me try this again. Dot. All right, we're going to try this. Yes. We're going to go to build. So I'm trying to make it so that I can debug the code rather than just trying to rely on the message that are spit out in the console on the browser. So if we come in here, run and debug. Create a launch. Node.js. All right. Ugh. Goal tracker, unexpected token. Launch. Unexpected token at position 6. Why? Well, we're going to go back and we're going to remove that as well. Control P, launch. We're going to delete it, delete it, delete it, delete it, delete it. Delete. Run and debug. Web app Chrome. Source services goal service. Wait a minute. I don't have the other. Oh yeah, goal service. And I want it's not so, no, that's not what I wanted. 3,000. Oh, you know what? I think I know. If we do that, it doesn't really want, like we can debug this way. Here, I've got to get the application running. Close that. Go here. So it's not going to let us debug. Oh, actually, looks like it is connected. So let's try this. I don't want to have to type in everything again. I hate doing that. So I'm going to type this. Copy. Go back here to this. Oh, not that. Make $1 million. We're going to start it today this time. Okay. We're going to go to June 30th. Shouldn't need any more time than that. Great goal. All right. What do we got here? Goal is, that looks good. But when we go forward, shoot, what are we getting? Axios error, handle submit, callback, root. It didn't even get to this part. It's just we would need to catch the error. We're gonna have to update this code to catch the errors. And you know what? I don't want to have to write that code. So we're going to recruit our trusty friend. Can you update this code to include error handling and error responses from requests? Okay, we're gonna see what it made for us. To include error handling in the responses. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got. now, I don't know why it's complaining about this. We might need to stop the debugger and do a TSC on it. Yeah, it doesn't like that at all. All right, we're going to do a TSC. Error is type unknown. This is how we burn up our credits. Letting ChatGPT debug for us. If I could just, I mean, I could, but I don't really want to. The time is of the essence. If I'm going to hit that 3-month goal, so I apologize for the oversight. To resolve the TypeScript error, you should type the error object, return the goal service. Okay. Goal service response. Goal service response. Okay. Use the new goal service response type. Repeat for the other methods. Ugh, I'm not going to write all that code out. Get. So replace with the updated methods using goal service response. You finish the. Can you write out the whole updated goal service response and in what folder should I put the goal service response TS file? Types. I already have a models folder. Why would I put it in types? But that's all right. I guess it's a type. Now update the goal service file. Okay, so I'm going to create a new folder called types. I guess it's good to keep it separate from the model itself. New folder, types. And then we're going to copy this, goal service response. I gotta tell you, this is probably better than the code I would put together. Very clean, very succinct. For anyone that didn't watch it yesterday, I screwed up at first and I created a React application without telling it I wanted to use TypeScript. And then I had to go back and fix all of that work. And, it was a little bit of work, but it was nice having ChatGPT's help to know all of the things that needed to be changed to bring in TypeScript. All right, now we've got the updated goal service. Copy that. Goal service. Now let's hope it doesn't complain this time. TSC. Error Error is of no unknown type still. This is where it can get a little cumbersome. So I am still getting the error. To fix the TypeScript error, you can update the goal service response type to have the error property type. Error is of type unknown. No, that's not. No. Stop generating. No. The goal service does not know what type error is in the code you gave me, specifically in areas like return data, response.data, error. No. It doesn't know or have a doesn't know what that error field is supposed to be. With confusion. I misunderstood the problem earlier. You can resolve the TypeScript error by explicitly annotating the return object type in the goal service methods. Okay. Error. I still think it's not going to know what kind of thing error is supposed to be. Error null. Oh. TypeScript. Replace with the updated methods using the explicit type annotations. Replace. Repeat for other methods. Is error.response. I don't think that's gonna do the trick because it looks like that's what's already there, isn't it? Maybe not. Return. Let's take a look at this. We got this, and then we've got this. All right. So if we look at this, so we're taking a look at our get all, return const, return goal service. See, error is of type unknown. I'm guessing this will still have an issue. Let's just copy this part. Copy. Yeah, error is still of type unknown. Of type unknown. You'd think that this would be easy for it. I mean, this part, it's been really great on everything else, but this part it's really having a hard time with. I think it just has to be a type. Error just has to be a type. Give me what, there we go, error response. Create a new type of error response. So it was, yeah, basically it needs to know what the error is, and like it created a new type for the goal service response as a whole, but it didn't give me the type for the error. So this will be what we need. You finish the other methods for me as well. Now we've got it. So, copy code. We're going to go in here. We're going to go to types, error response, new file, error response.ts. Paste that in. We're going to update our goal service response. Oops. What are we complaining about here? I missed the export. Compiled under. There we go. I think it got confused there. So export type. And then, all right, it's almost done doing our work for us. I mean, I'm not going to type all that out. I'm not going to. Faster, ChatGPT, faster. Boy, it's easy to get spoiled. Copy code. And let's hope this all works now. All just so we can debug this. Oops. Okay. Oh no. You've got to be kidding me. No. It's getting confused. Error. Well, let's check it out. Oh, come on. Holy smokes. Error. All right, so this is where I'm going to have to use my own brain. ChatGPT's having a little bit of a difficult time with this. All right, error is of type unknown. Okay. Let's take a look. Goal service response. Goal. Data. Error. As error response. Error. No, you stupid thing. Let's just go with error. Because if we have, let's just go with that. Error as response. You silly rabbit. Okay, that should do the trick. And now we've got our breakpoint, which moved, and we're going to put our breakpoint here. So we're going to try that and there and there. There. Okay. So if we spin this up now. I didn't make all the changes apparently. Oh yeah, up here. Error and error. Let's hope that the type is correct. Probably won't be, but one more. Cannot find name, error response at call service, error response. Error response. Well, why not? Type error response is right there. Actually, we've got some redundancy here. So we've got type. Then we also have it here. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to say import error response, not remix. It's going to be from types error response. Take that. Take that. No. Error response. Cannot find name. Error response. How is that? Oh, in the goal service response. That's why. Error response in the goal service response. We got to import goal service. From error response. Now you can do it. There we go. All right. npm run build. npm run start. Okay, we don't need that version, but we do need this, and we're going to debug this guy. Put in the title, make $1 million. Can't be too far off from that, right? Done. In progress. Create goal. All right. All error. Status for validation error. Oh, come on. I wonder, is it even getting, you know what, an easier way to do this? Because let's go to the source. Let's take a look at our pods. Go to Strappy. Go to logs. Let's take a look. Okay, so it's not even getting here. As far as I can tell, there's nothing that's coming there. So we do have to rely on our breakpoint. The URL that it's... So we've got the API. All right, let's try it again. Let's come here. Hit create goal. Our API is going to post. And it should be using, see, I want to hover over this and I want to know that it's actually calling the appropriate endpoint. Wait, API post. I want to know what the whole, I don't want to go to the other, so I've got the API.ts file that has the base URL. Let's see here. Error. Transitional adapter. Bad. Error. Bad request. Fail. Status code 400. So 400 is that it's just not even finding it. So I want to know what the whole URL is. Request. Yeah, so it does know that. Ugh. Let me see this. Request. We're going to take a look at the request. Okay. API goals. So for GPT API goals. Validation error. Missing payload. In the request body. Details. Why would it be missing the payload? Post. This is the goal. Oh, I know why. It's because the data Strappy is weird in that it requires basically a wrapper around it. So I have to update this code to require basically put that object, that goal object, into a Strappy wrapper, which makes the goal the data field. Okay, so I'm going to do that. But I don't want to have to write it manually, so I'm going to let it know this goal. So content. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. We're going to ask ChatGPT can you update, well actually I need to update this class first. Goal service. Update and write out the whole new file to make sure the goal, make sure any requests, because it's not just the goal, so any requests to the Strappy back end wrap the objects in a class that makes the object it's being posted the data field, for example, there should be a Strappy wrapper that when posting a goal object puts the goal object into another object as the data field. This is the service to update. I understand that you want to wrap the objects being sent to the Strapi backend within another object as the data field. Yes. Oh, hi. Hi, Ahmed. How are you? Yeah, thanks for joining. Hopefully it'll be somewhat entertaining. You know, if you're interested in trying to be brutally efficient in taking all of the knowledge in programming and DevOps, everything, and trying to create a useful application in record time. So I'm pretty excited with ChatGPT, and I want to just see how quickly I can make something useful. Useful enough even to, right, get some freedom. All right, so it's writing out everything. And what's it going to give me? So the goal, service response, goal, the post, data. Oh, yeah. So it is. It's going to post error. Goal service. This, I think, needs to be... Okay, so error as... All right, let's try that. Let's update our goal service. Save that. I might have to stop this. And let me just make sure everything still compiles. Okay, it does. PM run build. Thanks, Ahmed. All right, TSC, and then run start. And then this is not what we need. We need to debug just in case. But I do need my old... Where is it? Shoot, I closed that. What I was writing in. So we'll have to do it again. Make $1 million. And the description is... We'll just keep it shorter this time. Use all of my knowledge combined with ChatGPT, low code, and OpenShift to make something very useful quickly. And copy that. Future start date is today. June. It's in progress. All right. Hey, looks like we got a response back. Of the affirmative, I believe. Our result is... Hey, we got an ID. So now we can go back and look at our Strappy. And if we do a refresh on here, hey, there we are. We've got our first goal entered in. And we have a nice little user interface that we can get going. And then we've got our other types that we have to associate with this. So yesterday I had ChatGPT create the data model that consists of progress and task objects and milestones. So I need to update the user interface to include that creation and update, as well as being able to update your goals here and list them out, rather than having to go into the low-code Straffy backend. But hey, we're able to at least enter our goals now. So I think that's actually a good place to stop. I've been streaming for about an hour and 21 minutes. So I think, hey, you know what? We'll pick up again in either tomorrow or maybe even later tonight. I'll see. I do have a few other things that I have to get off my plate. But hey, you know what? 4 views. We got 4 people watching. That's, for the second day that I've been streaming or so. That's pretty good, huh? So I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.